we're starting to see players in Desert Hot Springs. I'm seeing players in our city that have a blurry connection to the power system in our city. I'm seeing people who I say pretend to be just average, ordinary citizens, but behave in a manner that reveals to me that they are deeper players. Okay? And one in particular that I've been studying and watching is an interesting person to me. I've been studying on social media on a lot of the free and public groups because I don't want to be part of any of those private groups. I don't want to. What am I going to do? Go in there and speak my opinion and have them kick me out? I don't care about that stuff. I got my own platform. What do I want to go be on their platform for? It's all the same. It's like it's like a mass production of the same thing. You look at the member lists of all these social media groups in Desert Hot Springs, and it's all the same people. What are you going to say different on one group that you're not going to say on the other one? It's all the same. One identifies itself to be about this. You can speak this, and then you can't. And this one says you can't speak this, and you can't. So what's the difference between them? But there have been players that have been popping up, and more importantly, we're going to go into 2020, the election in Desert Hot Springs in 2020, and you're going to see the mayor's going to run again. I'm going to run against him. And then you're going to see Russ Betts run again, but we don't know what Russ Betts is going to do. Russ Betts could go for mayor. But we know he likes his health insurance. By the way, they do get full health insurance. Okay, so you tell me there's no incentive to keep their spot, keep their seat. When they're faced with having to go out in the world and if they have sick family, that by itself can get people to perpetually, year after year, election after election, just go for. What is it? Mayor Maddox has been there over 10 years. They get comfortable with this lifestyle of parties, dinners, use of a car when you need it at times. I would think they have that. A ride, to powerful meetings. They get accustomed to that lifestyle. And then it becomes something they'll lie and cheat and steal to stay in it. It's just the way it is. When people are shallow, and I'm not saying everybody in government is shallow, but I'm saying there are shallow people in government. When they are offered full and total health care for their whole family, I don't want that. I don't want any part of that. I take care of myself. I haven't been to the doctor in years. Okay, I don't go. I don't want to go. I supplement my intake. I take heavy amounts, not heavy amounts, but I take a heavy variety of supplements, okay, and I feel great. I can still jump off roofs if I want to. I'm almost 50 years old. So I take very good care of myself. I take dietary supplements on a regular basis. I cut out a lot of bad stuff out of my diet. I haven't eaten from McDonald's in years. Maybe I have, but it's only to get an egg. I'll go there and get just one fried egg or 2 fried eggs. That's it. Whatever they do in the egg, that's what all I'm getting. I'm not getting any of the tetrahydroxycodamole and all this other stuff they put into, just making up a name, into the buns, and I don't want any part of that. That's all toxic, causes cancer. They just came out with a report saying that fruit juice, drinking 20% of a fruit juice box a day causes cancer, linked to cancer. High fructose corn syrup, don't want any part of it. I don't drink any soda. So anyway, they these people in city government, they get why would they want to give all that up? Why would they want to give up all that health care? And say, no, I'm gonna sit this one out. No, they're gonna run again. So you're gonna see Robert Griffith. He's gonna run for re-election after just serving a year or so in this. So getting back to the players, what I'm starting to see them starting to campaign. Okay, and it's always a stupid dead giveaway that campaign season's coming up. And I warned you. I told you that this new city hall, they're going to emphasize the 3 that are running for re-election as the ones who are going to speak about it. They're going to present it. They're going to get all the coverage in the news. They're going to just happenstance wise, just KSQ is going to say, we couldn't get a hold of the other city council members, but we happened to reach Robert Griffith. and we got a comment from him on the new blah 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 in the city or whatever, whatever the article du jour is, the article of the day is, or the because it happened in the run up to 2018. Just, it was so phony. We're gonna do so much better for the city, and it all happened like in the months before the election, but you didn't hear anything, in the prior year. They just go quiet. It's so stupid, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see them run up into 2020, and I think they're already starting to campaign, because I'm hoping and praying that what I'm doing is bringing heat on them. I'm hoping and praying that that's what's happening, because they deserve it. I said this to somebody at the Home Depot the other day. I got a supporter at Home Depot, and I said it to him, and he started laughing. I said, every bit of garbage that gets dumped on these people, they deserve it. So, you're going to see the phony run up, the phony causes come out. Oh, I'm fighting for the little guy, and we're going to bring jobs back. This is going to kill jobs. It's so fake and phony. I mean, they don't talk anything like that until it's election time. So you're going to see that. You're going to see that in Mattis. You're going to see that in Betts. You're going to see it in Griffith. It's 100% given. They're going to be on the news like every other week about some new somebody bumps somebody at an intersection. We got to do something about this. It's so fake. I can't say enough. It's so pretend. Real issues are real issues, and what I want to do is I want to fix this city. I'm tired of waiting for the city to be fixed. I'm tired of these empty businesses, and they just look the other way and just find the next gravy train that just will give them, more unlimited campaign resources and just makes them look good, and it doesn't do anything. The pot smell on Little Morongo is just awful. I mean, it's just awful. Okay, and I'm about to do some activism on that. So. I'm not against marijuana, but what they've done to this city, with the marijuana, it was nothing that it was promised to be, and when the marijuana people told me to my face that the smell is a problem, and they told me that at the State of the City, in the little mixer, out in the lobby area before the mixer, the pot people told me it's a problem. When they're telling me it's a problem, it's a real problem. It's not just the public. I mean, I feel really bad for those people in Little Morongo. I mean, you go by there and it's just like, is that off-gassing of the plants? I don't get it. I don't. But that's a testament to how people will just accept just being beaten up. Oh, it's the government. I can't fight them. They're all powerful, almighty. I can't fight them. I don't have it. It's just little old me. That's what they want. They want you beaten down and weak and feeling disempowered. 1776, right here. That was what started all this. That was what brought us. That was saying, we're not going to be under your rule anymore. Okay? You've been given the power to go at your government and petition a redress of grievances. You can petition and say, I don't like what you're doing. You are given that in Constitution Bill of Rights, which started off of 1776 when they said, you know what, no more. We're cutting ourselves off from you British. Taxation without representation. So it's important to speak up, connect these city officials, public servants, connect them to this video. Type their name in, bring them into it. Let's talk about it. They need to see that other people besides me are concerned with the same stuff, and that's back to the players in this city. And I don't think I want to go to the next step with that yet today, but I'm going to soon. But the players are, what I'm seeing is people who lean towards the socialist side. They were like Bernie. They think that all Republicans are bad, or all conservatives are bad. Whether you lean one way or not, when one group says the whole group is all bad, that's a problem. I would even say I think that people are a product of the system. I don't say it's their fault. I say that they're victims due to the brainwashing from birth. I don't say it's one party or the other. But when a group says a whole group of people needs to be dumped off the cliff, and put into concentration camps, you got a problem. So you got people who lean that way, who haven't said those words exactly, but they align with that kind of like hatred towards a whole other group of people that just wanted to dump the baby out with the bathwater. When they're starting to talk like me on social media right now, something's happening. Something's changing. They're getting into some sort of hijack mode is what I believe they're doing. I think they're starting to say, okay, there's a movement that's starting to happen here. Let's sweep in and pretend that we're it, so that we can draw people off of that movement in our direction, which will lead you into another black hole that they've created. So that's what a lot of people will say, is that, you know, one party creates and the other party steals what was created from the other party, and they hijack, and they don't create it, they steal it and then repackage it as their own. So, you know, we're starting to see some movements in Desert Hot Springs. So it's not for sure yet. It's starting, maybe it'll quiet down, I'm not sure, but I'm watching it real closely. So we'll see what happens with that.